food and drugstore giants that make shampoo for the food store, drugstore shelves causes hair loss. And I'm going to be able to point that out as I go through more of these things. But I think it's ironic that those companies that create hair care products that people are using on a regular basis, that make their hair fall out, that these same companies are the companies that also make the products that try to prevent it from falling out later in life. I just think there's irony there. Conspiracy. I don't think it's conspiracy. I don't really know, fully understand what that means and how it applies to this, but I think it's ironic that if I go to a food store, drugstore, pick up a bottle of shampoo as a female and I use it for just a short period of time, that my hair loss accelerates. And over a longer period of time, it comes out in clumps and handfuls. Now, you're not going to see bare spots in the scalp. The interesting part of this is it's just this accelerated shedding process. Listen, I'm a hair care expert. I was in the hair business for 20 years. That is not normal. That's not normal to every time you wash your hair, you've got, a mass of hair or mounts of hair accumulating in the bottom of the tub. It's not normal. It's being accelerated. Over time, if that occurs, you end up with half the hair you should have. Okay? Isn't it ironic, though? Oh, my hair's so thin, I've got to find a product that can prevent it. And then if you look and research who those companies are, those are the same companies that make that product. Almost like creating a market for themselves. So, again, it's the irony. It's just ironic that that happens that way. And then over the next several months, I'm going to kind of point that out. I'm going to try to uncover the the truth about this and why this works. And I have a product and a concept that will stop it. You change from what you're using with your hair loss issues and use my stuff just for 5 days. Use it the way I tell you, and in 5 days that hair loss will stop. And not only that, the hair will become as healthy as it can be as well. That's the other part of it. It's not just the hair loss issue. Your hair then becomes, lively, healthy. Is going to grow healthier and faster and dry in less time, less tangles. If you color your hair, your color results will be better. This is not rocket science, but there is an art to it. There is a technique to it, and I'm going to share that with you. So my goal is just to expose it. I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible that you've got teenage girls that are using the products promoted and marketed and packaged to attract those same girls that don't even know, don't even realize. This is where it becomes kind of sad, that don't know and don't realize that what they're using is responsible for it and that it's a problem. That is the part that kind of sticks, that gets me, kind of irritates me. If then that same young girl uses it for her lifetime, uses it for, we'll say, 20 more years, she's lost half of her hair and still just thinks it's her hair, thinks it's the way that it should be, the way that it ought to be. I think that's wrong. As that same girl gets to be in her, middle age, using that, or what then starts to happen is they start to stop washing it. They start to think that the more that they wash it, the more it accelerates the hair loss. Now comes an even bigger problem. The amount of oil from the scalp, the amount of medication perhaps that's in that oil, the lack of stimulation, the lack of circulation. They now have a really deteriorating overall head of hair that's just it's just tragic to see. You see a girl at a swimming pool that has that scenario. You can see through her hair to her scalp. It's a shame. So, and then as they get older, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But But then the products out there, that same food store or drugstore now offers a product that can regrow your hair. Take these pills, apply this product, use this shampoo to stop the hair loss. Well, guess what? You don't have any more hair loss because you've basically lost all you're going to lose. It's just a shame. So again, the irony of it all. So we're gonna put some attention on that, try to point that out to the consumer, and see if we can't expose this problem that's being, I think, that companies are aware that this is what occurs, and by design and by strategy are setting this up. It's just the way I feel. So